Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Madals and this is game number 1 of a best of 1. It's going down between a Zerg and a Protoss, and down in the bottom right position, spawning as the blue Protoss player, it is none other than Rockkiss's Titan. And his opponent, spawning in the top left, it is the red Zerg, representing Team Liquid, TLO. I don't know when like that, I'm a little bit crazy. Slightly hyperactive. It's all good. I've drunk some tea. Tea with sugar in it. And that is the greatest thing known to mankind. Red Bull, you don't know your place. Your place against tea with sugar. That is my caffeinated, sugary drink of choice. Anyway, Titan here. Going for a pylon on the low ground. A low ground pylon on Accolon Wastes. As we can see here as I'm highlighting with my mouse. This is definitely the map. This is fun times. This is something that is not often seen. Generally, Protoss players appreciate going for a gateway expand on this map, and the reason being is because this ramp here is wide, and it's awkward to wall off. It's awkward to wall off in this direction too, or technically like, or technically like that way. This is really hard to mouse over, but you get my point. However, TLO, he's got a sneaky probe. He has identified that the probe is there. It's stealing minerals, TLO. Kill it. Kill it. Kill the steely probe. That would be good. No, he doesn't need to. Now he will, though. It's attacking. Stealing minerals is one thing. Attacking drones is completely another. And this is going to be a little bit frustrating. Titan just being like, I need to use this early, like 120 APM on something other than just spamming keys at random. Not at random, of course. Pro players don't do that. I do. I do sometimes. The most embarrassing thing I do, and every Zerg player, I'm sure, will admit to this. When you're warming up, right, I warm up with like, I have my hatchery hotkey to 6, and I will box 6SD, and of course, if you go 6SD after boxing, it should select the hatchery, select the lava, and then D for drones, and then you just spam that to get yourself into a nice little cycle. Except, of course, if you miss the 6, and your key just doesn't press, or you're just a noob and you don't press it down, and then you've selected all of your drones and just told them to stop. How many times have you done that? I do that like at least once a day. And it's so embarrassing. I blame my keyboard entirely. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, overall coming enough, TLO is going to be like, I know this build. This is the Forge Fast expansion. And since your Forge is already completed, I should be wary of cannons. I should be very wary of cannons, but still I'm going to send my Zerglings forward. To where there is no chance that they will be able to do any damage because your cannon will be completed. So, TLO is suiciding some Zerglings at the moment. If they decide to keep running up, that cannon will definitely be done, and TLO realizes it and thinks, okay, better go back home. No, TLO not taking a third as of yet. Generally speaking, you want to try and get that third around 4 minutes 20, but TLO, he doesn't like the normal. Neither of these players seem to be liking the normal at the moment. They seem to be opting for the let's just do builds that aren't commonly done for the fun of it. Of course, he knows the Forge is there, so he's probably like, well, maybe he's cannon rushing me. And oh, dear lord. 2 Zerglings trying to attack rocks is probably going to take the longest time known to man. It'll be like that 3-hour game I casted between Mana and Firecake in WCS Challenger. If you didn't see that game, you must have been living under a rock for years, because that's all everyone spoke about for the entire duration of the game, and it did go on pretty much forever. But anyway, the probe coming up and like, hang on TLO, you should really have a base by now. What are you doing? What have you got planned? What should I be scared of? And being scared of things is perfectly fine in StarCraft 2. Being scared of everything is probably not the best thing. You want to know what to be scared of, because then you can appropriately prepare for it. That's really the essence of scouting, is not knowing what to do. It's like being scared of the dark, not scouting. You don't know what's there, and that's never good. But TLO, he is now coming to expand. Generally speaking, about a minute later than we tend to normally see Zerg players expand against a Forge Fast expansion, but the hatchery is down. Of course, this is seen to be making by Mr. Probe. Probe is now in a happy time about that. He's like, yes, I know what is happening, it's all good. Spike order coming down. What has TLO gained by getting this gas down? Well, for a start, he's gained Zergling speed. He's getting that way earlier than he would have done otherwise, which gives him map control. It gives him added defendability, or an added defense if you want to use proper English. And, well, with that, obviously he's just going to feel a bit more comfortable. He's also got this Overlord in. This Overlord has seen all. It is the all-seeing Overlord, so is this one. Between the two of them, they know what is up. They see everything. They know where Chrono Boost is being spent. You see, oh, has he seen the Forge was researching something? I hope he has. He needs to know where, of course, those are going. The Overlords are both desperately trying to get a confirmation of the third. And, oh, TLO, you were so close to seeing it. Just seeing it so close. But Zerglings do need to start making their way in. I accidentally held control there and brought up a strange overlay with the effective APM. But who knows. Currently, what do we have lost? Units lost are apparently 46 probes. This is so bugged out. But it makes me amused to see that. Like, isn't that just a brilliant thing to see? 47 probes have died. And 42 probe and drones. I think it may have something a bit confused there, but the Zerglings are now attacking. The Overlord has seen what is happening now, and these rocks are slowly dying. Warpgate tech is not yet quite done. The mothership core only just out, no photon overcharge. TLO getting down his lair, and this was a question Penguin and myself got while we were casting WCS when we took a question answer section, is why do Zerg players make their lair at the natural? I'll tell you, because the lair has more health than a hatchery, so it will stay up fractionally longer if they were to push in up into them. That is why. That is the truth, you know now. These rocks still getting taken down. Nice little bit of walling offing. All looking perfectly comfortable for the time being. No, +1 armor also getting chrono boosted out. More gateways are on the way down. That's going to take us up to... Actually, not that many. That's only going to take us up to 4 gates. So this is just really low on tech in terms of what's happening at the moment. TLO, though, he's adding on his 5th and 6th Vespian Geyser as well as his 4th base, wanting to stay a base up on his opponent. A hallucinated Phoenix, though, coming to scout it down. Gonna see all, gonna be like, yep, that's a hatchery being made. All good. These rocks are still up. That's frustrating for TLO. But TLO is getting down his infestation pit and his Spire. But the hallucinated Phoenix goes, it's Spire. I guess I should probably get some Phoenix out. That would be a wise move now for Titan. And immediately, the double Stargate gets started. And this is where mind games could go on to mind games. And TLO could go, well, you've seen my Spire, so you're probably going to make 2 Stargates. So I guess I just won't make Mutalisks. And that'd actually be a good thing, especially when +1 air weapons is being researched. If you just fake it out now and just don't make any Mutalisks and go for something completely different, you could catch your opponent off guard if they overreact. Alternatively, you could not do it. You could not make Mutalisks, and then your opponent could not make Phoenix, and then you just wasted making a Spire. Who knows? But TLO, he's going for Swarm Host. Oh no. This is giving me horrible flashbacks from Mana versus Fire. Okay, that 3-hour game with Swarm Hosts. Please, TLO, drop them or something. Do something that will make this game end. The Spire is being checked again, and the reason the Spire is being checked again is just to say, okay, did he cancel it after it was scouted? Important thing to know, because obviously that's when you know whether you should be getting double Phoenix production out. Still continuing. But this Spire, probably not going to be used for muters. What it's probably going to be used for is corruptors. Just a couple of them. A couple of corruptors in there. And oh my goodness, Ventral Sax is coming down. Is it actually going to be a Swarm Host drop? I hope. Free Beacon coming down too. So far, there is no knowledge to the fact that we are getting down a couple of Swarm Hosts. Was that an Infestor I saw there? One lone Infestor without pathogen glands just coming into the mix. Note the Swarm Hosts, though, have now been seen. The Locusts trying to make their way forward, but this is a lot of Zealots pushing in. And TLO has very little in order to defend this. Almost guaranteed now, just this hatchery to fall. The mothership core does have enough energy in order to mass recall. Will it use it, or will the Zealots just try and kill as many drones as possible? Well, unfortunately the drones have managed to escape, but TLO lost his third. For those Zealots, it's definitely a worthwhile trade, though. It's not like we saw Titan trade his entire army for it. Okay, he pretty much did trade his entire army for it. But never mind. It was a worthwhile trade because he's taken out a lot of stuff. He's got the confirmation that the Swarm Hosts are down there. And now TLO's down to equal bases again, which is good news. But a counterattack will undoubtedly be coming back up. And where is the anti-air? Well, carriers are here. Oh my goodness, we're actually getting carriers. This makes me so happy. It really does. Ventral Sax nearly done. The Overlords coming forward nice and quick. Are we going to see Swarm Host drops? Please let us see Swarm Host drops. Every part of me wants that. It would make me so ridiculously happy. TLO as well, just deciding, well, I should triple expand because you killed off my third. Better get your things going nicely. The Warp Prism coming forward. Going to take a little peek here. Of course, we see the Locust dealing some nice damage. Drop tech is ready, but there's nothing to drop. Graviton Catapult for these carriers is on its way. Those Locusts bugging out a little bit, but in come the Speedlings forward. They're going to just come streaming past, and of course with the 1-1 upgrades, they're not going to fare too well against the 2-1 Zealots, and that's because the Zealots one-shot them. Phoenix just trying to get a couple of lifts here, do pick up a Swarm Host, granted vision by that Observer, always nice, just literally getting torn out the ground. God, that seems painful, but the Locusts, they still keep coming. The Swarm Host trying to get killed. The drop tech still prepared and ready, but the carriers are about to be here. The first one just hitting the field now. Okay, I have not seen a carrier in so long. This makes me so happy that we've got carriers. In they come. Okay, carriers making their way forward. Carriers against queens are good. They are very good. Against locusts, there could be worse things. Photon overcharge being used as well to deal with locusts. Not the best thing in the world. More carriers coming out. If enough carriers can get assembled, there is a chance. The queen's being lifted. The Phoenix and the carriers doing a great job of trying to take these out. Graviton Catapult is now finished, and that means the carriers do just so much damage. The infestors do not have enough energy for a fungal growth. There's one fungal growth there. Does go down on a single Phoenix though. That's frustrating. The Swarm Hosts and those infestors all getting picked up. The Locust being forced to retreat. Titan doing quite well at the moment. He's got, of course, a Warp Prism here ready to warp in. Some sneaky stuff. No Dark Shrine though, if I recall correctly, so it could only be Zealots. But in they come anyway. There's a single Spine Crawler there and a couple of Locusts, though that's going to help. The Phoenix coming in as well. The carriers assembling in number. Carrier Colossus, the greatest composition known to mankind, or at least the Protoss kind. Oh my goodness, I love carriers. So, this is a lot of Locusts now. Obviously, they're going to do nothing against Phoenix, but they look cool. Zealots still being churned through, trying to deal some more damage. The carrier count slowly rising. We're up to 3 carriers already. Seriously, this is so cool. The 4th coming up. Meanwhile, though, TLO, he's still sitting up at 6 bases. I really struggled to count then. I literally, in my head, had to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yes, 6 bases. Soon to be 5 though, because these Zealots are doing a mighty good job of knocking out this hatchery, and probably will be successful. However, there are Corruptors. Corruptors good against carriers, but are there enough? There's only 8 on the field at the moment, 4 more on their way through. The Swarm Host not going to be able to help too much. Of course, the Corruptors as well good against the carriers, but the Void Ray, this one lone Void Ray, can he do enough? The carriers are getting focused. They've been corrupted. That means that they're going to take bonus damage. More carriers on their way through. They've got to turn and fight. One goes down. The Interceptors trying to deal as much damage as possible. The Locust on the ground. The carriers are starting to fall, though. 2 already taken out. TLO powering forward, dealing the damage. Sending more Zealots in, though, is Titan. He's trying to make sure that he's able to counterattack in some form. He's waiting to get more carriers out. They're slowly assembling. This is so incredibly tense. In come the carriers. The Corruptors, though, they're sizable in number. Void Rays coming out, though, to help deal with this. Of course, the carriers, as they start getting exponentially larger, the Interceptors just start tearing through everything, and of course the counterattack is still ongoing. The Zealots doing a good job at the natural at the 3rd, but now forward comes TLO. He's pushing in with these Corruptors. Look how quickly they just tear through the carriers. The Void Rays trying to do the DPS, but a lot of infested Terrans getting thrown out beneath this army. They're going to deal a huge amount of damage with the Locusts as well. 3 units doing an incredible job against Titan at the moment. TLO pushing on in. The Void Rays getting prioritized. They are the big damage dealers to the Corruptors. And well, as everything starts to fall, the Corruptors reigning supreme against this army. Down goes the Void Ray, and soon down goes the final Colossus, and that leaves these Swarm Hosts free to start sending their Locusts in. But Zealots from the side, dealing a bit of damage. Where is the detection? It is coming from that observer, but unfortunately there's too many Locusts there. Speedlings trying to tear through the remaining Zealots. 2 more Stargates coming in. This is like as quickly as possible, trying to accumulate a sizable force of Void Rays. But is it going to be enough for Titan? Can he possibly hold at the moment? He's down massively in supply, and the Locusts are literally being spawned in his natural, but Zealots are coming in. Unfortunately, Locusts pop out just in the nick of time. They've got only though the 1-1 upgrade, so their DPS is not crazy high yet, but it's still more than enough to deal with a couple of Zealots. The War Prism coming back through once more. But TLO, he is just dealing all of the damage. The Nexus is getting prioritized. We can see it's taking all of the damage, and it is going to fall just as the Locust dies. There's something poetic about that. But still, Zealots ready to go in. Once again, trying to counterattack Titan, trying his utmost to hold on to this. He's attempting to get out more Void Rays. He's keeping them hidden back. He's just like, if I can produce enough, maybe, just maybe, with their +1 air weapons, something good can come of this. But the Locusts, the Corruptors are coming forward. It's the Corruptors that are the threat. They see the 4 Stargates. They're like, aha! This is trickery. Currently, there's 6-5 Void Rays up against 22 Corruptors, but 4 more Void Rays are about to pop out. But unfortunately, the Corruptors camping the Stargates just means that they instantly die as they pop, which is very frustrating for Titan here. Titan just trying to buy himself some more time. Look at how low. Look at how low that Nexus is. Those Zealots are going to, the Zerglings are going to kill it very quickly. And, well, things not looking too good for the Protoss player at the moment. The Swarm hosts literally are burrowed in your main. If you've got a infestation of Swarm hosts in your main base, you may want to think about moving. The probes unfortunately have nowhere else to deposit their minerals, so the Locust is killing them. Ruthlessly, might I add. TLO going for the legendary single Mutalisk switch. It's going to be very effective. The Zealots can't attack it, but unfortunately it will take an eternity to actually kill any Zealots as well, but this one Mutalisk, can he be a hero? No, coincidentally, TLO can't actually afford more Mutalisks because he's mineral starved. When was the last time you saw a Zerg player unable to make Mutalisks because they didn't have enough minerals rather than gas? It doesn't happen too often, save at the moment. But yes, this is not looking good for Titan. Titan is pretty broke, he can't make anything, and this is really his last effort, trying to base race with his Void Rays, 6 of them. They deal a huge amount of damage, but the Corrupt is coming in. Look at how quickly they annihilate this. The Corruption just getting focused down, and Titan losing these Void Rays. GG's out. What a good game. We saw carriers. Any game with a carrier, amazing game. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you did like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. New games out daily, so check in tomorrow for yet another new cast. Thank you for watching. I'm Madals. Bye for now.